Welcome back to another episode of My Reason for Rhyme. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about my new album, my solo project, Bastos Boi, and it's going to be available to stream on May 27th, 2025. And I'm really proud of this project. To be honest with you, it's really like my debut album, although I didn't advertise it like that, just because that's really not the point. I've done numerous mixtapes in the past, solo projects, but they were more like mixtapes, but this one was really all me. I was involved with everything from the concepts, production, lyrics. Everything is made from scratch, and I had a hand in it from the beginning. I had this concept for like 10 years, and I guess the main reason I had it on the back burner is because I've been doing projects with Soul Chalice, and Sound Pitch Entertainment's bread and butter has been in live sound. So I've been doing live sound for about 10 years or so, and I've run sound for numerous acts, and I've actually known a lot more musicians than producers. I've always known in my heart that if I got with the right producer, I can make some noise, man. And I found Mark S., who's really the most talented person I've ever really worked with musically, and I'm really thankful to be working with him on this project. Someone I work well with and I can bounce my ideas off of, because music really is a collaborative effort. And we've been knocking out projects consistently, from the Soul Chalice project to his solo projects to Dr. Ooh beats. We just consistently keep working on beats and stacking them away. And now we're about to release my solo project, and this is actually the first project where I've been involved from the beginning of everything. Every song from scratch, I've been involved with everything. Production, lyrics. I co-produced 75% of this with Mark S. And we pretty much have the next 3 years planned out for my projects. But this first one, Bastos Boi, I'm playing a younger version of myself, more of my young adult stages. And that's why I decided to name the album Emcee Face as J-Bo in Bastos Boi. It's really like a prequel album, the things I've faced as a young adult, the mistakes I've made, and the labels I've overcome. And this is a Filipino-inspired hip-hop rap album. Bastos means rude in Tagalog, so rude boy, and I spell boy with an I because I actually have family members that are named Boy, and they spell it with an I, so I just wanted to honor that. And everyone that speaks on this album is of Filipino descent, with the exception of two of my producers, Mark S. and Ant-Man. And even the album cover is Filipino-inspired. I was able to use Filipino-inspired fonts. Shout out to Sirius Studios and Hankin Design Co. They're the ones that let me use the fonts. But this album's really about not letting anyone else's expectations hold you down. It's about overcoming any negative labels society or even family try to throw on you. It's about growth. It's about exceeding everyone else's expectations and becoming your own person. It's about cleansing yourself of the past and forging your own future. My success isn't based on other people's projections of where I should be. Growth is mutually exclusive of other people's expectations. So personal growth, is a battle, even not only for you personally, within, but sometimes it feels like it's a battle against expectations and pressures placed on you by, others, your family and the people, your peers, or whatever. It seems like people will shoot you down when you didn't meet their expectations of what or who you're supposed to be to them. But fuck that. This is my story. And to be honest with you, I actually got some inspiration from Eminem on this album. And not so much style-wise as far as flow, but the album Death of Slim Shady was done so nicely, and as far as flow of the album, it's like a story being told and how it's supposed to be played from beginning to end in order. It's not required, but it's intended to be listened to in the order it's arranged. And it's going to take you not only on a musical journey, but a journey through the life of a young adult. And I have narrators speaking throughout the project, guest speakers in between songs, and to kind of help with that flow. So after the intro, you're going to hear the first narrator, who's playing my aunt, and she's a reoccurring character throughout the album. And she kind of hypes me up here. She's like, you know, blah blah blah, and then boom, first song. It's all about trauma, and it's called leftist ideology in quotations because it's just another label that was thrown on me. But let's be clear, I think the two-party system is trash. I'm not registered Republican or Democrat. I'm a free thinker, and I'm a reasonable person, and I'm willing to find common ground with anybody. Well, almost anybody. But anyways, with that being said, it's really about trauma from neglect and abuse as a child. So boom, that's the first song, Trauma, and I never really speak on it again throughout the album because, you know, that's life, right? You just gotta keep going, you just keep living. So that trauma made me a little aggressive, right? Maybe even a little bullyish. So punch in the face, and then the next song is just another label. But I turned it into a song that was just like, I'm a better rapper than any other rapper kind of song. And then Aunt comes back into the picture, putting me down, my music down, telling me my music's not good enough, and then boom, into drug abuse. And you can hear my gears kind of turning, like I can't stay here, so I gotta flip it, you know what I mean? I buckle down and I start hustling. Then here comes On again, telling me off, telling me I'm spoiled. Then boom, right into Filipino food, which was never meant to be a full song actually. It's kind of like an interlude song. But when I started writing it, I just couldn't stop. So it became a full song. So it became a song that I feel like honors, you know, my culture and heritage. I released it earlier under a previous name, but it was only the first two verses. The album version does have the third verse, and it's a nod to the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. So in this third verse, my brother and I, Jordan, are going to Jollibee's, which is a Filipino restaurant. And it's pretty new to the East Coast. I love Jollibee's. So since it became a full song, I had to continue with the interlude. That's why you got the Palabok interlude. And at the end of that, we're getting back from our road trip, who leads me right into Black Tags, which is really a song about cars and shit, riding cars, basically. Next song is about tits and ass. It's my attempt at making a shake joint banger, you know. That takes you right into the title track, Bastos Boi. And I recruited my guy, Genesis Z, on this one, singing the hook. So I really love this one. It's really about the labels and disregarding the labels that people try to throw in, you know? And at the end of this one, here comes On again, telling me to die and fuck off forever. Then it gets pretty personal, you know? I address some family issues. And this is one of the many instances where collaboration is key. Because I was laying into these people, right? And I was gonna end with that. I was really foul. I'm really being foul, you know? Foul as hell. But my guy Mark Guest, he's like, you know, he said, you know, these people are only dealing with life through the lens of their trauma. I don't even know if he worded it like that, but it just made me really think. So, but you know, my guy Mark Guest, man, he's always coming from a place of love, man, and that's really why I really fuck with him, man. He's a good guy. You know, trauma knows trauma, and you know, I really let him have it in the middle of the song. But I added 2 bookmarks, you know, at the end, man, I feel like are really appropriate. This song is about trauma and how it carries through families and how it can tear families apart. End of the day, though, I hope that they find their healing, you know, their healing for their trauma, you know, because I found mine. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, though. So, but now I gotta act like I don't give a fuck, right? That goes to the next song. I don't really want, or really, of course, I do care, but to make it, you can only care to a certain extent. If I care about everyone else's opinion and perspective of me, I'd always be afraid to do anything. But, you know, fuck that. I'm not gonna take anybody else's negative perceptions or expectations and, like, try to hold me down to the person I'm gonna be. And then the next song is Smoking Aces, and it's produced by my guy Ant-Man Fontaine, which he did in Sound Pitch Entertainment Studios. And I swear, as soon as he started making the beat, I was already writing. And Mark S. and I added a couple other instruments and really structured it out. But that is one of my favorite tracks on the album, so you gotta check that one out. And the last song is like a preview of who I became, you know, right before I got with Soul Chalice. So it's like, this is who I become, and I'm doing my thing. I am from the East Coast, but I have ties to the South and West. I've lived in 6 other states, and I've lived on all 3 coasts. So there's influences and elements that I think you'll be able to notice and point them out when you hear them. Also, I have numerous nods to other rappers and movies in this album. So there's a lot of Easter eggs, and my next episode is gonna be about all the Easter eggs that are in this album. So I just wanna say, man, everything on this album was done in this studio. Everything. From production, tracking, mixing, everything but the mastering. And I'm so proud of this project, man. You guys got to check it out. And it's our best work, it's Sound Pitch Entertainment. Like I said, it's a collaborative effort, man. And thank you, Mark S. and everybody else that was involved, all my guest appearances. And this one's for the culture. This one's for rap. This one's for hip hop. All my Filipino American brothers and sisters. This one's for us. Let's go.